So today we're going to get the new bike on the back of the van. First upgrade I've done since I've got it, but I made a promise in my last YouTube video that I'd show you Niagara Falls while we're here. So Isaac and I have come to Niagara Falls State Park in New York. We're gonna go up there and look at the falls. You could sort of see them in the camera, but we're gonna get a real good view up there for you. This place is unbelievable. There are a ton of people here, but check this out, man. Okay, promise fulfilled. I've shown you Niagara Falls. Now, let's go get a bike put on the back of the van. Okay, you can see the guy driving with my van right up here. We are officially going to get a trailer hitch today, and I can't wait. There it is. I think it's done. There it is. I haven't seen the trailer hitch yet. I haven't seen it. Let's go, man. I think it's done. This is the first look at the trailer hitch installed on the back of the van. Oh man, that took like 90 minutes for him to do this. This is not an easy procedure, but that trailer hitch and this bike rack that I have to build myself, which I don't know if I have the tools for this or not, but as soon as I build this bike rack, I'll be able to put this on the back and then go buy my bike, which is over in Vermont right now. So I've got about 7 hours worth of driving to do for this video now before you'll see the next update. Then I'm gonna build out this thing, put that on the back, and go bike shopping in Stowe, Vermont, one of the best towns in America. And I can't wait to show you, like, hopefully by the end of this video, we're gonna be riding a mountain bike, a brand new mountain bike through the mountain biking trails of Vermont, which is the best place ever. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna start driving. I'll see you guys in Vermont. This is the longest continuous drive I've done in so long. This was forever. But when I finally made it up here to the Adirondack region in upstate New York, you could see how beautiful it starts to get. It was the first place that felt like sanctuary. And I always stop in Lake Placid on my way over, and that's exactly where I am right here, trying to put together this bike rack. I don't have any tools, so this ended up being a lot harder than it needed to be. But eventually I did get to the point where it was good enough that I knew it would stick on the back of my van. And I'm so proud that I'm a mechanic on my own van for the first time since I bought this. It's incredible. This thing just took me 90 minutes. This wrench they gave me to put things together does not fit the bolts in the kit. So I had to use my little multi-tool pliers to grind this thing together and crank it like nano inch by nano inch, and it's still not completely tight right here. The rest of this I think is just loose by design. But look at this bike rack, man, and I'm drinking in exhaust filming this video right now, but it's worth it. It took me 90 minutes to set this up, drove forever, got the new trailer hitch this morning. Now it's 11 o'clock at night and I have a bike rack. Now we just gotta go buy a bike. I woke up the next morning in Lake Placid, one of my favorite towns, but I still wasn't in Vermont at my favorite bike shop yet. So I took off through the misty morning, made it down to the bridge of Lake Champlain, which connects New York and Vermont that you could see right here. I was so happy to finally make it back to, this is literally one of my favorite states in America, and it feels so incredible to come back every time. And then after all that, we finally made it back. So let's go buy a bike. Oh my gosh, I just made it. That was like a 9-hour drive in the last 24 hours, but I'm here in Vermont, one of the best states in America for sure. And the reason why that I came all this way is because there's a very special bike shop called the Ranch Camp right over here that I've dreamed about buying a bike from for a long time. So there's a bike trail right up here. This is a restaurant and bike place down here, and we're just gonna go see what options we have when we go in and see if we can get a bike today. Hopefully looking to spend like $1,500, maybe $2,000 if I have a bike that I really like, and we'll just see what we got.
You know what I would pretty much always say to someone like yourself is the first place to start might be just demoing a bike, because that's kind of what we do.
Here's the news. So I just sat down, talked with the guy a little bit. You should have seen a little footage from that. Their cheapest bike that they got basically right now is $2,800. There's other bikes that I can get ordered in, things like that. So it's more expensive than I wanted to spend. I could do that today, but it's definitely more than I wanted to spend on a bike. Second, they're going to charge me to do a demo. So they have a full suspension bike, which is the more expensive kind of bike. I'll show you the differences. There's a ton of knowledge about bikes that I had no idea about. So I'm going to go on a demo on that. They're going to charge me 75 bucks for it. I just stopped at their little restaurant and I'm going to get a burrito. So I'm going to eat that first, think on this a little bit. Gonna go out for a demo on the bike. I'll bring you with me, and then at the end of this we'll decide whether I want to order in another bike. It's gonna be like $2,000 or less, or if I want to bite the bullet and get a really fancy bike that's like phenomenal deal and top of the line stuff. I don't know, but it's better to think on a full stomach because I haven't eaten and I've been driving like a madman. So we're gonna do that, then demo right next. Check out these beautiful burritos they serve here. So before I was looking to buy a bike, I actually came here a lot when I spent time in Stowe, Vermont on my travels around the country, because this was the perfect post-hike route. So I would go hike the mountain right behind here where the mountain biking trail is, and I'd come back, and these burritos are like $10 to $15 a piece compared to like $25 in a lot of restaurants. So you come back here and you get some good food. They have this green sriracha chili sauce that's kind of like a homemade blend. Man, great restaurant, great store as well, which is why I'd really like to buy a bike from here. Even though I might be able to get one cheaper at somewhere like REI, you gotta support the local businesses, man. So if it costs me an extra $1,000 even just to buy one here, it's probably worth it because this is a great company. Burrito annihilated. Let's go ride a bike. This is the bike that they gave me to tour today. So it's a demo today is what they call it. So this is something like a $4,200 bike, and it has rear suspension. I didn't know if I wanted that or not, but he's promising me that if I try this bike that I'm gonna want to have the back suspension. So I demoed it, he paid him $95, and now I have it for the full day to go up this bike trail over here. Let's go check it out. Just got off the trail. Mountain bike felt awesome. This double suspension, I gotta show you, this double suspension back here is really a game changer when you're going down the big hills and things like that. I would have crashed many more times on this. And then this dropper seat that you have right here, you press this button and the seat moves up and down. So this thing being able to go down probably also saved me from like a free castration. However, I'm getting it mostly for the reason that I want to ride around and use it as transport between the coffee shop and my campsite in the van most of the time. So I'm going to take this out for a little ride around the park, see how it does as like a normal ride around bike. And if it does well, then I'm probably going to get a bike today. I'll tell you what, it's a pretty nice bike. Now, I drove over here to my favorite spot to stay at in Stowe, Vermont, which is this nice little swimming hole. I would come here every day. This was my showering spot, my recreation spot. I'd swim up the river, swim down the river. This is the only spot that is deep enough. I'm gonna take a quick dip and I'll tell you what I think about this bike. This river is still so much colder than I thought it was going to be, but it feels incredible. Definitely going to be in there later. Now, I'm feeling refreshed. I've ridden the bike around. Let's talk about this real quick because I think this is valuable for anybody that's thinking about making a big purchase. A lot of you are van lifers that watch this. So if you haven't gotten the vehicle that you want yet, haven't made the investment that you want yet, maybe it's just too much money or you just haven't found the reason to do it yet, this is my reasoning that I always use when I make big purchases. So this bike I'm gonna buy the same one essentially today. It's blue, has slightly different suspension. It's $2,500 something plus everything else. It'll be like $2,700, which is about $1,000 more than I wanted to spend on a bike today. However, whenever I'm making a big purchase, I think of it this way. Is it something that's going to give me more opportunity, make my life better, and create a daily habit that makes my life better? This bike checks all those boxes. I get to film YouTube videos on this bike from my helmet, just like I did on the bike trail earlier. I get to get in better shape with this bike, and even though it's more expensive, and even though it does take probably about $1,000 that I wanted to invest into my van build towards the end of the year, so I might slow that down just a little bit. This is a bike that still makes my life better, and I'm going to trust that it's going to allow me to make more money, even though it stretches me a little bit today. So I'm going to pull the trigger on that today. If you've ever had an investment that stretches you a little bit and if you're struggling to make a decision, the big things you got to ask yourself is, does it make my life better? Does it give me more opportunity? And does it make me a better human? If it doesn't check all those boxes, it's not probably the big investment that you want to make in yourself. But if it does, like this bike for me, I think we're gonna do it. Let's go. It's always fun making one of those big purchases. This is it after many, many months. Let me flip you around. After many, many months of dreaming about this, I officially have a bike on the back of my van ready to go. I still probably need to figure out how to make this thing a little bit tighter, to be honest, but that's it. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. I'm gonna be riding this thing around a lot in future videos, and I'm gonna give you a full tour of this town, Stowe, Vermont, in the next episode. So stay tuned for that, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, man. I can't wait to get this thing on the road. Thank you for being part of the journey.